Great. So I'm hoping each of you took the opportunity to write a thesis and to reflect on it. And the next step after we have the thesis is we're going to go into writing an outline. And an outline is basically the plan for your essay, what you plan to write about before you actually write it. And it consists of a few different elements. First of all, it starts with the thesis, which you've already written. And again, that's the main point of your essay and the answer to the essay question. But what the outline also includes are the topic sentences, which are essentially the three statements that are going to support your thesis. And they happen to be the theme and first sentence of each of your body paragraphs. So when you have the thesis, you say, okay, I'm making an argument. What are the supporting statements for my arguments? A, B, and C are 1, 2, and 3. Each of those are topic sentences. Those will also be the first sentence of each of your supporting body paragraphs. And they're the theme of each of those body paragraphs. For now, we're not going to talk about writing the introductory paragraph or the closing paragraph. We're just focusing on the thesis and the body paragraphs. And for now, specifically, just the outline. We're just planning our essay. Going back to the suitcase essay, we know that the thesis was that my suitcase is what matters most to me because it serves as my rihla. It allows me to carry the lessons learned throughout my travels. What I write in yellow here is kind of in simple terms what the applicant's actually saying. So the applicant's written that statement. It's a clear statement. It's to the point. And what he's really telling the reader or the admissions officer is that he cares a lot about travel because he's learned so much through travel during his life. And what are the supporting statements for that main argument for his essay? One, he makes the argument that his global travels started out of necessity. He had to leave his home country. And the way he writes that is he says, unlike Ibn Battuta, I did not set sail willingly. That's one supporting argument. The other supporting argument is where, talking about his time living in Canada and the city of Montreal. And he writes, we would end up settling nicely in Montreal, a charming city that mixed its European cultural heritage with its modern North American setting. And really what the applicant's saying is Montreal was the first stop on my life journey. And it's taught me a lot. And if you recall that paragraph, he ends up going into the diversity and the contrast and the experiences of being in a European city, which is actually set in a North American environment. And when I say European city, I mean more from a cultural standpoint. And then finally, the third argument supporting the thesis is when the applicant is talking about his time in Saudi Arabia is I often joke with friends that I never really lived in Saudi Arabia, despite spending my formative years there. And what he's really saying here is that in Saudi Arabia, I learned many lessons as an expat, living in a bubble within the context of a local culture. There's typically two types of outline. There's a sequential outline and there's a theme-based outline. Sequential outline has more of a time element to it. So the essay would flow more like a story. You state your main argument, your thesis, then your first topic sentence might relate, and your first paragraph would relate to something you experienced as a kid. The second topic sentence and body paragraph would be about, for example, your time in high school. And your third topic sentence and supporting paragraph would be, maybe something around what you want to do in university as a result. So it's kind of walking the reader through a journey of something that you've experienced or developed. Maybe it's a skill. So you might talk about how you picked up the trumpet or the saxophone as a kid, and how in high school you continued that, and how in university you want to continue to play it and eventually become a professional. That's just one example. The theme based outline is kind of more a snapshot in time. So you're in the present and you're focusing on multiple dimensions in the present. So you make your thesis, you make your argument, And then your topic sentences and body paragraphs cover different aspects to support that thesis, not different times, not different phases, but different aspects. So you might say, you know what, my thesis is going to say something about how I want to study biology, uh, because it piques my intellectual curiosity more than anything else I've experienced. And so your first topic sentence will share how your academic achievements support that statement. Your second topic sentence and paragraph would speak to your extracurricular activities and how they're linked to your passions in biology. And the third topic sentence would perhaps speak to the experience you've already had through internships or work or otherwise that also support your thesis that you're passionate about biology. So you can see the difference between a sequential outline or a journey outline versus a theme outline. And the reality is that a lot of essays would mix and match these, and that's okay because it's kind of a range. It's not A or B. But as you're thinking about your outline, which obviously then shapes your essay, keep in mind that these are the two general ways to approach how your essay is going to flow. So I invite you all to spend another 15 to 20 minutes on your own. You've already written your thesis, based on the previous exercise. So now I want you to think about what are the 3 topic sentences you want to write to support your thesis. Again, these are statements supporting your thesis, which is the main argument of your essay. And we're not writing paragraphs here, not yet. We're only writing the topic sentence. So after this exercise, you should have 4 sentences written down on paper or a Word document or something. The first one would be your thesis, and then the next 3 are your topic sentences. You can have 4 topic sentences if you want. That's fine, but it's fine to start with 3. And make sure each topic sentence links back to the thesis, and make sure each topic sentence it isn't overlapping with other topic sentences, because otherwise, what's the point of having it?